Hey guys, chesypoof here, and we're going to be showing off a new Figma figure today. This time it's actually going to be one of the other Nintendo series ones. And look, it's Pit from Kid Icarus! So you can see awesome Pit there from Kid Icarus, or a lot of you guys might now know him from the different Smash Brothers games. And he's got all sorts of different characters. This is the Pit basically from Kid Icarus Uprising. So the awesome game that came out on the 3DS, you can see Pit there in all his glory. He's got a whole bunch of different forms with him because he comes with so much things and accessories there. So Pit, there's a few different varieties of the stuff that you can have him set up and do. All the different weapons, you can make it a bow and arrow, a little almost like a bow staff with blades on it, or two swords. Comes with one of the enemies as well, and some special cards for the Japanese version of the game, which is pretty sweet. So we're just gonna go ahead and bust this bad boy open for you guys so you can see Pit in all his glory. Bam. Unlike those Figma figures, they have extra little back art slightly as well. Whoosh. So his basically has that Kid Icarus logo in Japanese because that's where the figure came out at. And he's got extra little forms here. So you can first see, here's those special Kid Icarus Uprising cards. You can see like an injured Pit there, and there's that eye monster, so pretty sweet little additions to the collection. I'm not sure if those transfer over AR style, the Japanese ones, but there's always a possibility that they could to the game. And he's got different layers here. So that first layer, it looks like most of the accessories that you guys might like. So he's got all the different hands. So you can see, you know, it's a left hand, a right hand. He's got closed fist, little fingers shooting out. He's got different little rings there they can possibly hold. There's the weapons. They can either be combined or by themselves. And the arrow, and there's the beginning of one of the stands right here on the bottom. So we don't necessarily have to bust those out, but that way you can at least see the variety that Figma and the Good Smile Company brings to all these figures, which is super cool. And then the main man, the figure himself, and bust this open, and you know, it's just one of those ones that they like to have all four sides, so it holds him pretty nicely in there. There you go. And all of the base stuff is included at the bottom, so we're not going to necessarily bring that out, but you can see it just has the Figma logo on it, and different ways that you can hold and connect him in there. Here's a little bag, I'm guessing, so that way if you take him out of the package, you can keep him fresh, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Pit's alright, he's just covered in his extra little Ziploc bag that they included for some reason. And he's got a little wrapping on the front that goes all the way around, so we'll bust out his little eye villain first. That just looks so cool. You can see he's got those different legs there and everything, but that's pretty sweet looking. And then he's only got one extra little face over here. So that's Mad Pit. Ah! And I could be wrong, but there's always a possibility that we can put these faces on the other Figma Nintendo figures, so maybe we can put this Pit face on Link's body and see how that goes. And the way he is, I'll try to leave this portion of the package so I can put it back that way. But there is Pit. Whew. So he's even got a little thing over here covering his face slightly. so it's underneath the hair. That's the same way that you have to take that off. You can see this hand, his left one, has that black mark on it. It's almost like it's a little glove, but he's got all the different forms of articulation. So his wings actually can bend back, they can bend forward like he's flying, so you just set him up any way that you want. Just seeing those shadows makes it pretty sweet. He's got that little shoulder pad mixed in. You can see up there he's got that little crown basically of the golden arrows. That's pretty sweet. He's got those arm bracelets, but I mean he's got shoulder joints, he's got elbow joints and wrist joints as well. Underneath it looks like he does have that hip joint in place. He's got the knee and his foot, so his ankle switches out too, which is pretty awesome. Figma did such a good job on all of these Nintendo characters. I mean, look at his sandals. That looks so cool. So you can make his wings go all the way down. Is that as far as they can go? I'm not sure why else you would bring them down then, but you can. You could have it so he's flying away. That's pretty sweet. So just so you guys can visualize Pit again, or if he's just standing there. Let's bring that elbow joint into play. Who wants some? Make him look up there. And he's got that little villain coming right at him. Still a pretty sweet figure to add to the collection there. And just like the rest of those Figmas, like we were talking about, when you take off the head or everything else, or switch the head I should say, so Pit's hair just pops right off the front there. So look, it's man balding Pit. And you can just pull the face right out. It's pretty easy when it comes to the Figma figures, and that's the only thing that holds it in place, which is kind of scary looking. But we'll go ahead and bring him back together. Boom. So it's pretty sweet. And that's it for this time, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.